If we can make our way back inside, we will be starting our program in a minute with an incredible poet.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah,
We don't get it.
okay. Fatima, where's our baby? Where's our little baby? Oh. Yes. We're toward the end of our program.
So we're gonna hop right into it, okay? And this next artist, this next presenter, is one of my favorites of the day. She holds a special place in my heart, not because of her age, but because of how our youth are our future. So I want you guys to put a big, hearty round of applause for our next presenter, who is so moved to join us today, Fatima Alam. Everybody?
Hello everyone, my name is Fatima Muhammad and I'm 11 years old. Today I want to honor the life of Renee Good. She was a member of our Minneapolis community. Her story reminds us about how important courage, kindness, and love for one's community truly are. As a Somali sacrifice for justice and for the defense of our community. Renee Good's life teaches us that speaking up for each other matters, even when it is hard. I hope you remember her by choosing fairness, compassion, and unity by working together to make our community safer and more just for everyone.
Come on for Father Mama. That's great, Father. That was incredible. Thank you. Father Mama Big is a poet.
Wow, I have been sitting right in the front throughout this whole gathering, and I have been utmost and utterly moved throughout this whole day. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who showed up and showed out for each other here today, and for this collective community that we're constantly showing up in. So before I get started, I want us to do a collective breath and invite us to take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. In the Somali culture, to be a poet is a great, great honor. And you continue to understand why that is when you learn that Renee Nicole Good was a poet. Our neighbor who showed up. And today, as we continue to show up and show out and come together, we are reminded of the alive. Therefore, this space is alive. I am alive. Therefore, this space is alive. As a poet, I do not have anything new to write today, because I wrote a poem for this moment when I was 14. A small town, Wilmer, Minnesota girl who learned what a voice and pencil can do, who wanted to learn Spanish because my friends spoke Spanish. Now ICE agents roam the streets that I grew up in. Eat at the immigrant restaurants, taste our food, and take the workers who make that food. I wrote a poem for this moment when I was 16, taking Route 12 with my family to Minneapolis, the first city I've ever loved, where Lake Streets carried us to the love letter that is Carmel Mall, where finding parking was the challenge of the day. As we swift through the smell of henna, unsi, mango smoothies, and the auntie shop owner's sharp voices discussing the latest debates. And that day, I was gonna jump in and get the deal of the century on that abaya displayed in that shop because, y'all, I've been practicing my negotiation skills. All right, and today was gonna be a good day. And now I know what a building looks there. The love letter was only ever to the people of Minneapolis. I wrote a poem for that moment when I was 18 at Cedar Riverside. I wrote a poem for that moment when I was 20 in South Minneapolis. I wrote a poem for this moment when I was 22 in North Minneapolis. I wrote a poem for this moment when I was 24, and they asked me why I keep writing about the same thing. And I didn't have the words at the time. Only the body did. And at 27, I did not write a poem for this moment. For the only pages I bring with me now are the pages of my passport. Because the truth is, I've realized poetry has never been about the words. Do not get mistaken. The poem was always our bodies. And the poem is being taken in the night. The poem is being taken in broad daylight. The poem stays home and no longer occupies the space the poem comes together in. The poem calls her family, asking if the other poems are okay, as the poem eaten. The poem was killed last week in South Minneapolis. The poem was shot the other day in North Minneapolis. The poem notices the bark on the trees, the crisp air, and the beaconing stark ice on the road, but the poem does not write about it. Because the poem does not want to confuse hypervigilance with beauty, survival with just another poem. The poem talks to God at night. The poem reminds their children and each other to be patient. With great ease, with great hardship, comes ease, they utter. So alhamdulillah, when the sun rises, the poem does too. The poem shows up. The poem understands. They will say the poem is other, is wrong, is different, but the poem is the poem, is the poem, is the poem, is the poem, is the poem. The poem shows up. The poem looks out for their neighbors. The poem does not allow them to take its joy. The poem does not apologize for its culture, for its language that holds in between their mouths. The poem shows up for us, for you, for we. The poem is 10,000 lakes and 10,000 ways to show up for one another. The poem is Minnesota. The poem will be here. The poem will not take our support for one another. We will show up, but the most important thing of all is the poem is good. The poem is good. The poem is good. Thank you, everybody.
Check, check, check. Check, check.
poem, and the poem was good. The poem was the poem, and the poem was good. Thank you, Mom. Sister Sagita, do you want to take us to the next step, please? Give her a round of applause.
Takbir! Oh, you can do better than that. When I say takbir, you say Allahu Akbar. Takbir! Takbir! Huwallah. Minnesota Makoche. Lands where water reflects the skies. Solidarity between the sky and the river. What I look like not evaporating my fears for you. June told us, I said I loved you and I wanted genocide to stop. We said, I said I loved you and we get accountability and justice for Renee Good. We said, I love you and we're gonna get accountability and justice for our Somali community. We said, I love me and we're gonna get justice and accountability for ourselves. We will be coming on sins if we have to. For you, love, oh love. Oh, requirements of our shattered hearts. Fly your kites with earth beneath your toes and wind above your curls. Oh, persistent little laughters. May the bombs of my cruel country, may the military of my cruel country, may the ICE and police of my cruel country never reach you from the Mississippi to the Mediterranean Sea. From the Nile to the Sahel, from DC to Minneapolis, from LA to Vietnam. I love you. Invisibility. It's another poem. I'm just gonna roll a little bit. That's okay? But you tell me when you want me to leave. Because in the movies, my mother is always rescuing someone. And my aunties are the lookouts. They pull up in a rust-colored station wagon with larger-than-life rims that might as well be earth-bound moons, and an original cut of the very first of these films. My mother was played by a light-skinned actress in a frumpy hijab who couldn't even pronounce God the way my mother do. So we cut her out for a woman closer to my mother's hue, skin like the earth's belly, hijab stunting on him. She knows how to douse Arabic with our vernacular until every language inhabiting our tongues is black seed oil and shea butter and tea tree oil and Vaseline and sandalwood and emerald oud dabbed on and glossing open palms. There are so many of these movies now, of nimble black Muslim women snatching bullets out of thin air with their teeth, slapping the taste out of some genocidal mouth and stealing on some fluffed up tyrant with your uncle's big old walking stick. In each one of these movies, there is a version of a scene where she resuscitates the day with some ingenious roots and juice concoction, or one go-to recitation of a verse everyone who wasn't us used to assume she didn't know because her last name is Shabazz or Jackson, or she didn't have a kimar on, back when even our own men tried taking all the credit for our labor. When she rescues them, it's usually pre-uppercut, post backflip, her whole body and soul a magnificent flex cut to our credits crowning our name, cut to our rippled shoulder shimmies, cut to the previews, unbinding binaries, cut to applause in the theater, surround sound playing that native Dean track, or that doo-wop song, Sugar Mama, or all of SZA in the background. I'm gonna do another poem. This poem, I was thinking about, someone said about Black Muslim women and women in general showing up, and LGBTQ people showing up, and so different kind of communities showing up for each other, and thinking about Renee Good, thinking about the Somali community, thinking about our youth showing up. And I just wanted to, I'm African American, and I just want to send you all love and solidarity and peace. Most of you are my friends and kinfolk, and I just appreciate this space, and I want to encourage everyone to keep showing up, to not be afraid, because we have a long history in this country in defeating authoritarian regimes, and inshallah, we're going to defeat this one too. So do not lose hope, because when we unite together, rooted in love, grounded in our faith, grounded in our traditions, we win. Allah bless you. This next poem is called, and it's in remembrance of Gladys West. Does anybody know who Gladys West is? There's a lot of students here. Gladys West? Okay, now you're gonna know if you don't know who she is. Gladys West is a woman who contributed to the creation of GPS. She's a Black woman, so we're everywhere. Of course, Black women invented navigation, as this poem's title. So yes, yes. Fixated on the stars, and how could I not observe the navigation of lineage, linkage, sweet cover of darkness, ancestors, scribes of astronomy, their research in verse. Yes, yes, West Africa, East Africa, cradle of stargazing Sufi scientists. Yes, yes, coaxing truths above seas, constellations turn compass with a breeze. Yes, yes, this cipher, even after capture, 4 centuries later, enslaved descendants knew how to commune with the nocturnal Big Dipper or cells, catching wind of freedom. Run with it, quilt it, stitch it onto the seams of this heart. Yes, yes, that's a guidance beyond survival. Watch how it buoys the ripe sky, untethered celestial candies of the night, stars still clustered in rotational directions. Our ancestors knew how to decipher. Yes, yes, ping me here, because this is the position of my Tubman heart. This the distance between me and a trigger. This the location of surveillance footage. The distance between me and public defender. This the location of vascular rupture that sent me. This the distance between me and move explosions. This the position of every Black Wall Street ripped through. This the distance between me and lead waters, oxygenless lungs. This the location of the schools that showed you nowhere. This the distance between me and the homes I slept in, roaches I fled, evictions I wheezed. This the position of my bowed neck, serious locate. I will do more than survive. Serious locate, I am owed tenderness. Serious locate and reparations. Serious locate and justice before I am tombed. Serious locate and the future. We are more than the undying you banked on. We are memorizers of Surah 53, Ayat 49, twinning the blessings great bear, drinking gourd. I celebrate the life force of the galactical children who swam forth from the stores of an onyxy sky, ebony flanks of West Africa, East Africa, of the world, and the Americas in full flight, Stella. Here, we debone the age of servitude. Here, we slip through the crackles of dead light. Here, We drink a universe's dark juices here. The sun becomes the moon's head wrap here. We perform for no one, are monitored by no one. Here, the moon is the only satellite. Here, our songs magnetic, unstolen. Here, our tufts of unbound hair. Here, the bounties we hide between the brightness of our teeth, luminous and coiled beneath the folds of this national underworld. Deliver us home.
Come on, Sagita, come on, one more time, y'all. She got me all out of my feelings and in an activist bag. I'm ready, I'm back. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. All right, one more poet. And then we're gonna lighten things up a little bit with a comedian, because I got a little heavy for a moment. I got a little heavy. Can y'all help me welcome Farah Habad to the stage, please? Farah.
And out of the ashes rose a helicopter, rose an unwelcome phoenix. Surveillance feeds on death. It grows stronger each time we mourn. It learns to be more nimble each time it feeds. Each murder is a thinly veiled fundraiser. It's a vehicle to assuage our guilt. It's an admonishment filled with an adornments. It's a penance for our pain, and somehow it's a payday to a patronizing protection racket. See, the long arm of the law extends itself to tuck us in with a sniper rifle. After a 6-hour standoff, it sings us a 9-second lullaby in the dead of night, and now we sleep forever. I wonder how an agency can have the tools to zoom in close enough to see the crust in my eyes, yet still somehow manage to get the wrong person so often. It's almost like the cruelty is the point.
Come on.
Like it's a wink and a nod to all they homies to let them know that they still got it. They watch us mourn in 4K. They show force to keep peace like an ugly victory lap. But don't you worry, y'all. The speeches will be so pretty. The statements will be so strongly worded. The censures, they will be swift and still hollow. And that's how it works, right? Pithy sayings turn into a police state. The phoenix's wings, it rattles and shakes the windows at night as a reminder to grieve silently. That they see us, that we should be thankful, or else.
What's good, y'all? It's a good day to be in Minneapolis. It's a good day to be in Minneapolis, and some Nazis tried to play with us, and quickly, as they try to always say, they have aided and owed. And so it's good to be able to gather in community and do some things. This has always been one of my favorite poems to perform, and I was always like, it's about my grandma, because it is about my grandma, but also like in reading it with all this going on, it's really just like understanding how community holds you. So I will do this, and then one more, and then leave. Yeah, acoustics are fine. Yeah, we go do this. My mother often carried me on her back. Her spine would make forged titanium blush. She bore a strength and a calm from surviving, always surviving, nose above water. She held us high so we wouldn't taste the salt like she learned from her mama. My mama, she built me with care, brick by brick. Each birthday is a celebration of her. All I am is a product of her love. My grandmother was a farmer for most of her life. She spent her best years nurturing things, watching them grow. She put so much more into this earth than she took, which is a lot more than I can say for myself. My grandmother always tells me to be present. She tells me that if I give something my time and my attention, I might find a morsel of nourishment in it, that only with consistent care can life be sustained. But the key is to find the balance. Giving it too much will drown it, and not enough will cause it to shrivel up like a raisin in the sun. I think that's what she said. My Somali's a bit rusty these days. I struggle with patience. I can't sit still for long periods of time. I stare off into space for even longer periods of time, like I'm looking for something. And when people ask them, I tell them that I'm looking for a garden. I'm looking for a place to find some nourishment. I'm looking for a way to ask the plants how they grow, how it feels to get enough sunlight. I always look for answers in places that don't got them. I till other people's fields, and I wonder why my field won't grow. And this is the part of the poem where I talk about redemption, where I offer up some porous platitudes, and I intertwine them with some absolutely fire farming metaphors. But I never made anything grow before. I do know the smell of my Hoya Sambus. How her Sambus is a beacon that carries me home to a place where the individual comes second to the village, where each member stands as a pillar holding this whole structure together, just trying to be more like her. My mother came to a strange land at a young age, and I wonder if she finds these parts of me just as strange, this wandering spirit, this tongue covered in thorns picked up in the sweltering heat of Mississippi summers, in the bite of Minnesota cold, and all of this unfulfilled potential. But still, even in my lowest moments, I can hear her voice like a soothing balm in the back of my head, whispering, so I learned to stop holding on to things that are not of my hands. This is a refugee poem with a happy ending. Our smiles are acts of civil disobedience. We come from mothers who made miracles in teacups and fill holes made by a scorched earth. They sing us songs of hope, and they sing them to the melodies of waves crashing against the rocks in Berbera. Today was beautiful because today nobody had to pray janazah. Nobody made any tearful phone calls. Today we spoke to each other in the poetry tongue. Today I use this poem the same way we use our stories to fill our bellies. We talk loud so the universe never forgets that we're here. And we know that as long as we hold fast, and we know that as long as we hold fast to the rope of God, this whole world gonna open up here. But in those low times, I can still almost smell the scent of my mom, Sinjabir, singing to me, wafting through the windows, calling me home, calling me to a place where a village of pillars might pluck the thorns, might remind me of where I come from, might remind me that my name is not a fucking word, but a responsibility. Let's go! To make good on a life cut short. It's a responsibility to remind me of uncertainty's calm, and how that calm brought a young lady to a strange land once, and how she made it, and how I will too. All right, I'm going to comedian after this. So we finna like try to bring it down a little bit. Because there was racists in town, I love making fun of racists. It's so much fun, it makes my heart happy. And so I write poems where I make fun of racists. Here's one. Huh? I'll turn off? Okay. I know there ain't no way in hell white people gentrify conspiracy theories. I mean, what is Q
to anticipate which danger might lie around every corner. There's a reason why Jordan Peele's horror films feel so realistic. We don't need a clown or a creepy summer camp to be afraid, because the things that go bump in the night often look a lot like sitting on your couch in your own apartment and have your death be a misunderstanding, be the byproduct of someone just having a long shift. And I get it. You feel bad, and you mean it too. But ain't it something how it's only some mistakes that end up in memorials? So call us conspiracy theorists, but we know sometimes being paranoid keeps you alive. How the benefit of the doubt will not come at the expense of my life. So call me crazy, maybe a little delusional, but I know that we built a force field where we are safe, where we speak in code as a means of protection, where we got whole villages that two-step in unison. Here, our heroes get to reach old age. They get to pass down rhythm. They get to pass down wisdom. They get to pass down wealth. Here, our buildings get to be powered by the electric slide. Here, there was no Homestead Act. Land is not a commodity, but a public good here. Here, we practice radical vulnerability around these parts. I walk past two of my dearest homies having a conversation on the corner. Because they're human and have a disagreement with one another, their arms might move to punctuate their passion, but here, no one mistakes their passion for a smoking gun. No, here, black boys get to be soft and confused and frustrated. And what a world where we are get to be discarded. When in a world where we are discarded, we have a duty to be delusional, to create a world that's ubiquitous and accessible. We create these fantastical stories as a way to stay alive, and all y'all got is lizard people. Because a melting ball of suntan lotion and wax lost an election. White people, come on. Y'all are better than that. Thank you.
And he almost didn't make it too today. He was playing with me. I'm glad you made it through. So we're gonna switch it up a little bit. We have an excellent young up-and-coming comedian. Please give a warm welcome to Aaron Wole-Selassie.
There, oh, okay, there it is. Chest chat. Keep it going for everyone you heard tonight. You need the mic? You didn't? Okay, all right. You just got it. How about, you want me to put it on my person, like this? Yeah, okay. Where were you for the poets? Where was that? That's, where were you for the other guys, all right? That's, all right, that's, I guess those didn't count. I kind of feel, I'm really happy to be here today. I'm genuinely moved. I feel so incredible. Thank you so much for having me. I'm a little offended that I had to follow all of those incredible acts. That's kind of set me up for failure there. That's all right. That's, you know, I ended up learning a lot from this beautiful community. Thank you all so much. I love the Somali community. Growing up, my favorite bullies were Somali. They did so many good things to teach me how to be humble. That's how I interpret that, all right? Do I have to be married to the podium? Can I be like Polly and move around? Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay. I'll do this for you. All right. My name is Aaron Wole-Selassie, Otto Wole-Selassie. Wole-Selassie is my last name. Wole-Selassie. To quote a college professor of mine, Wole-Selassie. That sounds Polish, but clearly that's not the case. That's, yeah, I'm African. I'm East African, as a matter of fact. I'm Eritrean, and it feels so good to be here right now. I'm so lucky. Can I say as an Eritrean, I feel so incredibly sorry for what's happening to my Somali brothers and sisters. You guys It's horrible what they're trying to do to you. I'm very fortunate in that I'm Eritrean, and that the only reason they're not attacking my community is they don't know what that is. That's the only defense that we've got right now. Okay, that's all we've got. All right, yeah, I am African. Being African has got its perks. For starters, when people go, "Hey, go back to Africa," I can take that however I want. Because on the one hand, it's very racist. But on the other hand, I should probably visit my grandfather. That's a subtle point where pedestrian hadn't thought of that. My grandpa's a wild cat. He doesn't speak any English, and I don't speak any Tigrinya, which is what we speak over there. But luckily, because I experienced a language credit, and he experienced colonialism, we both speak Italian. So there's that, okay? It's a very East African joke for you guys, okay? Here's the thing though, I speak like regular everyday Italian, whereas my grandpa speaks like Super Mario Italian? Yeah, I'll say regular stuff to my grandpa, like, "Oh, Baba, cosa successo?" And he'll say stuff like "Amo!" like a cartoon character. You've heard of blackface. Well, essentially, my grandpa's doing marinara face. That's what he's up to, okay? Yeah. If you can't tell them that joke, both my parents are immigrants. That's kind of like hard for them, because like as we all know, like this country doesn't really like immigrants, unless they're like the founding fathers. Although I will say, my dad is a lot like the founding fathers, in that he's a terrible father. That's yeah, you can't tell from that joke that's raised predominantly about my mom. My mom raised 2 kids, while working 2 jobs, all by herself, you guys. Round of applause for my mom. Thank you so much for doing that, because that's all she's getting for Mother's Day. Yeah, my mom's like the main reason I'm a good person. My mom's like the main reason I'm a good person. It's like 80% my mom, 20% I was brainwashed by the church. Yeah, I'm a very religious guy. Me and Jesus, we got a lot in common. We're just 2 black guys with weird dads. Thank you so much for laughing at me. Sometimes I'll tell that joke and white people are like, "Really? How do you know Jesus was black?" I'm like, "Really?" That guy had a 6-pack and he died on trumped up charges. That's very black. I really love that joke. If you guys can't tell, I'm a very silly, dorky black man, all right? I'm a very silly, dorky black guy, and I think I'm not the only one here. And then we can kind of talk about it. When you're like a silly, dorky black man, people freaking hate you, okay? They see me and they want me to be like this cool young guy. They're like, "Oh, look at this young pimp," and I'm like, "It's actually pronounced schedule." That's the type of guy I am, okay? I don't do cool guy, black guy stuff. I don't say the N-word. I say the N-word. That's how I live my life. Okay? I can't be your magical Negro, because I'm a Negro playing Magic the Gathering. How about that? That makes sense. Growing up, people would often tell me, "You don't really act black." I'm like, "Really? You guys think we're acting for you?" And here's the thing, I know that's bullshit, because I know I'm not acting white, because I've never killed anyone, okay? I know I'm not acting white, because I've never stolen land. Does that make sense? How about that? Right? How about this? I know I'm not acting white, because I've never gone to Great Clips. How about that, alright? I go to a black barber. My black barber says insane things to me, and I just allow it, because that's our dynamic. I say that's our dynamic because he's an older black man, and I'm a younger black man, and the dynamic between the 2 of us is that older black men just yell insane, terrible advice at us constantly, and we just have to absorb it. It's like the closest thing we get to catcalling. I'll be like walking down the street, and some old black man will be like, "You should invest in crypto!" Like it's a good idea. Sometimes the advice is just bad. It's like incomprehensible. Like the other day I was walking home and I happened to see a dog and I had a dog treat because don't worry about it. And I threw the dog, this dog treat, and this dog was totally uninterested. And seeing all of this in the corner was this old black man, like this old black man, like this elderly black man, this gray panther. That joke's for me, it's fine. He sees all of this and he goes, "How are you gonna give a dog a bone?"
without any knick-knack paddywhack. I have no words for that. So following the advice of my elder, I kissed that dog. All right, I've been Aaron Rolda Celeste. Thank you so much.
Come on, one more time for Aaron! Are you guys having a good time? Are you guys having a good time? Yeah. You guys have no idea how I feel about this next band. I literally stalked them at protests at North Floyd Square, on Instagram. So when they agreed to come today, I just felt like it was, my birthday or something. So please, round rushes, crazy applause for Brass Solidarity as they dance us out of here. Let's go!